You know, we've done a lot here and continue to try to do a lot to make sure the Ukraine story stays alive in your mind. And you're talking about stuff, Andrea. You were just talking to Halia, who will be on with us in a second, about seeing Ukraine flags all over your neighborhood.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was taking a walk the other day, northwest side of Chicago, and Ukrainian flags are still flying. And it just, the support is still very, very strong for Ukraine.
And Halia Didula, we met her a couple of years ago, I guess now, right? Who was here working as a young person trying to get an education, working with kids. And then after the war started, when a lunatic Putin came in and has done all the damage he's done, there were refugees to deal with. There were kids who were here to deal with. And Halia continues that work back home in Ukraine. She always worries about her accent, and I thought her English was terrific. Here's the pressure, though. She goes home now to Ukraine where she's not speaking English every day. She could speak, just fully in her native tongue now, and we may not understand a word.
That's very true.
Anyway, very happy to have her back on the show. Halia, good morning and good afternoon to you.
Good morning, Steve. It's afternoon in Ukraine, yes.
Yes, nice to talk to you again. Tell me, what are you doing now for the president's office, or is it for the government? What is your new job?
Oh my God, you started so serious conversation. I'm working in the Office of Reform in the Ministry of Social Policy of Ukraine, and we are working to return Ukrainian children from the Russian deportation. It's our main priority, and also we are working to establish a good system to reintegrate and socialize children after the war condition. And also we work with orphans who lost their parents during the war, and also just orphans who lost their parents because of different conditions. So we are trying just to create a good system in Ukraine to better care for children.
You never, ever, ever fail to amaze me at the ripe old age of, are you even 25 yet? How old are you?
Yes, I am still 25. In 1 month, I will be 26.
That is really incredible.
And I feel I am too old.
No,
it's really, really incredible. You told us off the air your family is doing well, which is great, but the people of Ukraine are still under tremendous strain and pressure every day, right?
Yes. Actually, I met one girl. She is 35, but she was in the east of Ukraine when the war started, and she was occupied, she was in the territories which was occupied, and she just went out of the territories, but by some magic way she found to cross the border. And she said that I don't know why I mentioned the story, because she's 35, but she experienced how to go on these Russian soldiers, how they abused her, 15 days she was crossing the border. And then she returned to Ukraine, and she was afraid of Ukrainians because everyone, of Russian soldiers, said that Ukrainians are awful and we will kill her because she speaks Russian and so on. And when she comes to Ukraine, she just felt so relieved. And I feel she's 35, but what she experienced, I don't know whether I will ever experience this challenge. Yeah, so I'm 25, but it's not, I think I can do more than I do already.
Oh, okay. You do so much. And again, our hearts are with you. Our minds and spirits are with you too, Halia. I know you told me that you're at your office today. Kind of describe what you're seeing, what you're hearing. Is it a quiet day? I mean, are there days where you're hearing more and seeing more of the rocket attacks than other days? Are there quiet days?
We have quiet days and we have loud nights, and almost every night we have rocket attacks, and day after day it's rocket attack in my region. It was few times, I have 2 houses which are my neighbors, which were destroyed totally, and I was in my house at this night. It was very strange, not strange, scary.
Sure.
It was scary, but even though my brother, he is soldier and he is in a logistic company, but in the community who knows the information about Russian plans, and he told me Halia, you should go out of Kyiv because that will be very dangerous in the winter. But I said it's my work, I can't leave this city, and there are still millions of people live in Kyiv. So I stayed, but it was really so scary. and I really get to used to sleep in bathroom. I even feel very safe there.
Wow. So like in a tub or where?
No, in the floor of bathroom, because
Yeah.
if you have to sleep in the space which are without windows at all and which are in the middle of the house.
Oh.
So if the rocket will come to your space directly, you will not be alive. But if the rocket comes to your neighbors, then if something, I don't know, like fire or something like just small feeling of rocket attack,
Sure.
that's safe to be in the bathroom.
All of these things you never, ever, ever should have had to have thought about. My prayer for the people of Ukraine and for you and your family is peace as soon as possible, and that you, Halia, get to relive your youth.
Yeah.
Because all that you've done, you deserve a few irresponsible years, though I don't know that that's ever going to be part of your makeup. The kids that you deal with, the little kids that you're dealing with, how do you keep them occupied? Do you play games? Do you sing songs to get their mind off things? How do you do it?
Actually, I don't work with kids directly often. I have like once a month we go to see those children we work with, but I am not in the team of case managers who work with children directly.
Okay.
I mostly work on the like governmental level to do the law, like policy, to establish the policy. But I was 3 days in the orphanage where children were not orphanage. It's like a small group homes, and like 10 children live there. And there were come children from who were deported to Russia, and I was 3 days with them. But actually, I don't know, I was playing with them a lot, and I was talking, and we were like doing the storytelling and like to relieve their trauma. But when I went out of this place, I felt, I don't know, just an empty inside of me, and I don't know, I was so angry because sometimes when you live your best life, even though there is a war, we're still trying to live our best lives, because I will never have again like 25 years old, and I want to live this 25 years old and to be happy and to walk, have some dating. And when I come to them and I saw how much they are afraid of Ukrainians, because in Russia they scare them about Ukrainians. They say, like for me it's I always have I don't know how to explain, but I don't feel a good opinion. I don't have good opinion about all Russians, because I feel.
Well, it's understandable. It's completely understandable. I mean, the people of Ukraine were minding their own business. They didn't ask for this, and now you're just trying to stay alive. So, I mean, I hope you don't feel guilty about that. I mean, that's certainly an understandable feeling. Well, I'm just glad to hear your voice, and I'm glad you're doing well. We need these updates. What do you miss most about Chicago?
I don't know. I'm so happy to be in Ukraine that I don't really miss Chicago, but I miss a big protest which we were doing, because I felt that this is the way I can support directly Ukraine in this protest. But also I miss lake. I really miss lake. I like to walk there, and also I don't know. I like my university. I really miss my education. I feel I get a lot from these studies, and I even did some education classes for my team about different ways to approach children, which I get in my university. Yeah, actually, I miss a lot of things, and I even had a meeting with my professor, and she was proposing me to renew my education. But I explained her that I have a good job and I'm happy to be here, and she said, okay, like come back in a few years when you will be ready again.
Right. No, well, listen, we can't wait to have you back. And we know you stay in touch with your good friend Maeve Brady, who always keeps us up to date with how you're doing and things. But we just want the people listening and the people of Chicago and around the country who listen to know that this effort continues. And while we are lucky enough to be able to go to work every day and go home and be safe and not worry about what you guys have to worry about, we're thinking about you and we're praying for you and we're contributing. And if you're so inclined and you have the money to do it, please contribute to any of the vetted charities we've plugged before, and we'll put them up again. Halia Didula, thank you. Please stay safe.
Thank you. Can I say one more sentence?
Of course.
Yeah, if I just want to say, if somebody listens to me and really want to help somehow to Ukraine, then the United States give Ukrainian financial support, like to our army and just to our country. And the Congress failed one voting, and you didn't give us that much as we really wanted to have. But it's really important, not just to Ukraine, but to all world, to make Russia lose this war. And we are doing this by our lives. But if you can support this voting, and you can write to your Congress from your state and say that I am your representative, please support this financial support to Ukraine. If you can do this, just remind sometimes to your people, and I will be so thankful. I think it's the most you can do. Not even donate to Ukraine directly, but ask to donate your how to say.
No, we know what you're talking about, because you have just said more than most people understand about how their own government works here. You need to ask your elected representatives to support military financial aid and humanitarian support to Ukraine, and tell them you're going to vote for them if they do, and if they don't, you're not. We need people that are going to support Ukraine, and we need this to get through Congress and to stop jerking around with it. As usual, Halia, you know more than we do, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, I should know that. Thank you so much, and thank you to give my voice
Of course.
in the United States.
Thank you.
Thank you, Halia.
You're
Be
always
safe.
welcome here. There's a schoolhouse rock education from someone who doesn't speak the language and didn't grow up here. Tell the people you vote for that you want the support for the people of Ukraine so that we can stay safe as well. It matters.